Hey, in this video, we're going to take a look at Customerly. It's going to give you a platform to reach your customers from a survey, email automation, and customer support perspective. So stay tuned for this one. Hey everybody, this is David with TechSmart Boss here with another video. Today we're going to look at this product called Customerly. Customerly.io is the web address, and it's a all-in-one platform that's providing automation, email automation, customer support, and surveys. And that's the twist that I don't see a lot of these platforms doing. So within an app, you can chat, you can populate surveys, and you can do email. So they're definitely competing against like an intercom.io or intercom.com now, if you're familiar with them. And this works on websites as well as apps, but I think it really does have a sweet spot if you do have a web app that you can leverage it in. Let's take a look at their pricing model. You'll see they base it where you can actually purchase by the piece. So if you want all of it, then they are going to manage it by the number of contacts you have. Pretty affordable. Now it's in euros. You know how I feel about that. You're gonna have to translate that to U.S. dollars for me. But I'm seeing 27. Actually, let's do a little quick Google search. 27 euros to USD. What is that? $30. $30.66. Okay, so I got to do the math on that. I got to have Google help me with that. But if you were just interested in the help desk in the live chat component, you'll see the price goes down for just that. If you just wanted their visual email automation, price goes down for that. And then if you just wanted the NPS surveys or the survey tool that they provide you, then you can buy just that. So it's a nice way that you can start in their system and then add as you need. Let's take a look at the little chat wizard. You'll see the C here. So looks like a pretty typical chat wizard. I mean widget. Nothing special here. Attachments, load up images, chat. Let's go ahead and start up a brand new account and take a peek inside and do a free trial. So you know I like to go through the onboarding and see how that works. So let's go ahead and set that up. All right, so I'm going. I like being able to sign in with Google, but you know I like to use my email in case anything happens to Google. You can still get into your account. So I'm going to go ahead and proceed with my email address alone. That way I can set up my own. There we go. Okay, so now that was strange. It did a little blink on me here and then brought me back, and I did not set up a password. So I suspect what I'm gonna try. I'm gonna have to probably hit forget password. But what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pause this and see if it actually emailed me anything based on that. It might have sent me a link with one of those magic link type things. Hold tight. Okay, so it did send me an email with a link. I'm gonna paste that link here. Let's see what that does. All right, so that took me to where I'm going to complete my profile. So a little strange there. So definitely check your email. Make sure you don't miss anything there. I'm gonna put in TechSmart Boss. I'll put my domain. So I'm gonna try to get their chat widget actually on the website during this video. Okay, now I'm gonna set the password. Wonderful. So threw me off for a second. But and I do want to stay up to date with them and see what's going on. It looks like a really cool product. So let's go ahead and hit continue. Now, okay, so this is nice. What are your goals? This is now I'm doing the start free, and I could probably focus on just the key things I want. Let's see if yeah, I could uncheck. I'm gonna keep all three checked, so all three are checked by default. So let's do that and take a look at the complete platform. And now we'll put this code on. So now you'll notice that it actually gives you instructions on how to put this in Google Tag Manager. I'm actually going to do that. In past videos, I've kind of gone into the editor on my WordPress site and manually added the code. I'm going to go ahead and do it in Google Tag Manager to show you how easy it is. I'm in my Google Tag Manager now. Let's do a new tag. We'll call it Customerly. I'm just going to pick Custom HTML, pop that in there, and I'll blur out all the keys. I'm going to put on all my pages. But what's nice about Google Tag Manager is I could actually control what pages I wanted their widget to show up on or not. Let's go ahead and save that and publish, and boom. If I've got my Google Tag Manager code properly installed on my website, that's all I have to do. At the most, I might have to clear my cache, or hit refresh a couple times to see it. So I'm actually gonna let's hit refresh a couple times here and see if I can see that pop up without clearing the cache. I might have to do some additional setup. It might not be on by default, so I might be pushing things up. There it is. Look at that now. That's a little strange that it popped up on the left hand side. Normally, these chat widgets and things like that would pop up on the right hand side. I'm sure I can control that. But let's click on that. There it is. And look, they actually even pulled my Gravatar evidently or my social media login from my email address and put that in automatically. It's got my title there, my company name, my name. Pretty nice. Let's go back over here. Tell them I've installed the code. All right, go to dashboard. Let's take a look. All right, so here is the onboarding. Let's see, I can import contacts. That's great. It's got like of course, the pricing was based on the number of contacts you could manage. So, of course, this is a number probably that you could send surveys to, who you can email through their platform. Probably as you chat, it's going to generate leads for you. So that's where those numbers come in, where you pick your pricing model. I've already got the chat installed, so that's done. I can send my first email campaign. I can do a net promoter score. Now, on the podcast, I've talked about how I'm not a huge fan of NPS, but that's built in, so that's the survey component. I can invite teammates, so this is great. I didn't see anything from their pricing. It's not priced per teammate, so it looks like maybe there's no limit on the chat. I'll have to go back to their website and take a look at that. I can customize the chat color position. Okay, there's the positions, and then I can do some automation. So let's first go into the customize that chat, and that's what we have now. There it is. Default position is left. So maybe that's a European thing. I don't know. I kind of like it on the right hand side, so I'm gonna switch that over to the right hand side. I do like these little fancy themes they have. It adds a little texture to that widget. So that's nice that they have that out of the box. I'm gonna go ahead, change it to my favorite hex code color, and save those settings. Let's see what else we can do while we're in here. Live chat settings. There's a welcome message. So that looks like a prompt that I could do. A team intro. You can allow anonymous. That's nice sometimes. Don't force someone to give their information while they're talking to you until it's needed. Now this is a nice touch. How long does it wait before it automatically sends the email? So I like that to be, 5, because honestly, if somebody's not typing back to you within 5 minutes, they're probably no longer on the chat. Setting office hours. So it looks like a really robust set of chat features. So that's nice, and you could turn that off if you wanted to, and just have the prompt most likely. Profiling. So that's going to go out there and probably pull in some in context information about the user. Go ahead and enable that. So it looks like I can add up to 3 attributes I want to collect. So that's pretty nice. All right, I'm going to disable that for now. Smart assignment rules. If you do have that team, I can add rules on who's going to get which particular leads. So let's see if the following conditions are met. Looks like right now it might just be all leads, but that's probably something that they're going to do. Oh, here we go. Specific users, leads. Let's add a condition and see what we can filter on. So there's lots of filtering. There we go. Lots of things that I can route to specific people. So that's a nice piece. Looks like there's Facebook Messenger integration. Webhooks, that's always valuable. I did see a Zapier API connection there as well. Let's take a look up here in the general app settings. So there's the name, there's a subdomain, time zone. Nothing really fancy here to look at. Let's just do a little invite and see if they've got role based. There we go, invite with restrictions. Doesn't necessarily see, looks like it's just going to restrict the billing aspect of it, but they can still use the customer section, which is going to be most important. And then your email. Now I like this that you can set up your own domain and have that be verified. So that's an important aspect of it. Let's take a look at just the main areas of the product. First, let's look at conversations. I'm going to go ahead and just type something in my chat. Let's refresh. See if it moved that over to the right and change my color. There it is. And I'm going to just say hello and see what happens on the other side. Up, I see a little sound indicator right there. And look at that by look at the little icon as a robot, and it's got some automation stuff going on. I'm just gonna go ahead and put in some stuff here. Just see what happens on the other side. All right. So now let's go over here and look, and there we got a default name, but there we go. Now I'm gonna fuzz out my IP address and my location, but it's already pulling in some detail about me. Looks like I can block and delete and send transcripts and do things like that. And over here, I have the ability to type in some text, put in some GIFs, some attachments, add some notes, and reply. Pretty nice. I see some events. So as this user is doing things, all this information will be populated to allow you to tag and segment with them, which then feeds into the campaigns, just like you would then be able to send a targeted message to people. So that's very nice. And I think one of the more powerful features is their visual automations. Let's do a quick take a look at the automations. Just call it, let's skip all their onboarding here. Test and configure. Ah, here we go. Let's skip that. Drag and drop kind of automation. So what can we do? We can pop a chat message up. We can do some conditional. We can do some waiting and a leave point. So, the basics are here. I'm sure they're going to add a lot to this, but just a nice drag and drop. Click in, configure the message, and you've got the ability to set some pretty powerful type of thing. I'm not getting my drag to drop properly. Maybe I can't drag to that. Let's drag down. Let's see if I could drag down to here. Yeah. For some reason, my dragging and dropping is not doing too well today. But that is the concept. I'm going to try this drag and drop one more time. Let's see if something highlights or indicates. Yeah, it looks like it's just not connecting that dot, so I'm missing something there. But that's the automation standpoint. Let's look at one more piece of this. I don't want this video to get too long. I should be listed as a customer now. There's that lead coming from the chat. Yep, there I am. Again, I'll fuzz out my city. Here's I can create segments and filters to quickly get to them. I'm sure I could go in here and build a quick survey. Looks like the only survey at this time is Net Promoter Score, so I'm sure they'll increase that over time. But this is where I can again define my audience using that same tag and structure. And I'm sure if I wanted to build an email campaign, let's do this. Just see what their email builder looks like. No audience, but let's see. I'll just say all. There we go. And next. And just a message. So right now it looks like there's not a visual email builder, but you can send it via the widget, which is nice, a chat prompt for your in-app users, or you can send it to their email box. Okay, let's see if we can create a fancy email template here. Yeah, they got some out of the box. And I can also do pure HTML, so I got everything I need from that perspective. So, hey, I like this. It's I think it's got a lot of room where they can really take it to the next level. But it's looking like a lot of really cool features here from an all-in-one platform perspective. And I would say they got themselves a competitor to grow on to compete against the big boys like Intercom and Drift and even HubSpot. From a marketing light perspective of what HubSpot's doing. So if you like this video, like these kind of videos, subscribe to our YouTube channel. We put out one every week. Also check out our Facebook page and stay tuned for the next video.